First time ever bear hunting was 2016 in the spring. I'd had bear tags before that, and that was just like while we were deer hunting with rifle back when I was first hunting. I always had a bear tag just in case, but I never saw one, and never really pursued them either. Just kind of hoping and wishing that maybe I'd come across one while chasing deer. There was a gap between fall season one year and then fall season the next year, and it was miserable. It was horrible. It was like waiting for Christmas to come around all over again. So that's why we started spring bear hunting. Now we can bridge that gap a little bit with some more hunting, and started doing research, figuring it out, and a lot of people were saying they're in the clear cuts. They're eating green grass in the clear cuts. So we were like, okay, let's find us some clear cuts. Look for clear cuts and look for meadows. Green grass, that's all we knew was green grass, and bears should show up as far as we were concerned. And it quickly turned out that really wasn't the case, and that there was more to it than that. So first bear hunt in the spring that I did, I was with my brother Kevin, and we went out to this area that I knew for deer rifle hunting that was kind of open because you could glass. Here in Southern Oregon, it's hard to glass area if it's not a clear cut, for the most part. And this is an open area. We can glass it. We glass it for deer all the time. Might as well glass for bears. The learning curve started right there that day. Went out some more, started finding some clear cut areas that were open. Like, well, it's a clear cut, we should be good. Did a lot of sitting. A lot of days went by and we didn't see anything. Talked with some friends, try to get some clues and some hints on a better way to go about looking for bears in clear cuts. Bear hunting is a grind. There's lots of scouting is involved. Starting from the very first time we started spring bear hunting, we didn't scout because we didn't really know. We just said, oh, clear cut, find clear cuts. Okay, well now you got to find clear cuts that's accessible. Now you got to find clear cuts that's public land or private timber companies that will let you hunt on their land. Now you got to start finding clear cuts that have the ingredients to make a sweet bear recipe, if you will. You need to have green grass coming through. You need to have water at the bottom. You need to actually go down to the bottom and see, is there bear sign? Is there scat? Are there tracks? David and myself go out to this spot, and I'm not very patient when it comes to sitting also, so that's probably another reason why I didn't see very many bear to begin with. But we sat up on this spot where there's a clear cut and there's a creek at the bottom. You could hear the water running down at the bottom, which I had never come across before. And I was actually asking him, like, is that the wind that's going across the bottom there? He said, no, it's water. It's an important part. Oh, okay, learned something new. Sat for a while, and we actually saw some elk come out, and that's really what kind of kept me there the whole time, because I was bugging David to leave and go look at another spot because we weren't seeing anything, and he was just saying, wait, it's fine, wait, be patient, they'll come out. A couple minutes later, I pull up my binos at this spot just to look, pull up my binos, and instantly it comes on this black furry spot that's right on the edge of the clear cut and the start of the timber. So the timber line right on the edge on the clear cut side, furry black thing, and instantly I knew it was a bear. I couldn't make out a bear figure, but I just saw furry black. And then I looked at it again and it kind of turned and walked. And I was, oh, my first bear, yes. We're looking, and the bear eventually kind of feeds out into the open in the middle of the clear cut almost. And I get set up, and it wasn't the best shot. It was 250 or so yards, but he was kind of moving fast and really quartered to really hard. And he said, just wait, be patient, it'll turn, just let it do its thing, and when you get a broadside shot, we'll take it. Like, okay. Well, he feeds on the end of this knob, and we have to move again. So we move again to another spot, which is great because it actually got us closer. There's 199 yards, and I'm zeroed at 200 with my rifle. I went ahead and touched it off, and instantly the bear kind of stood up and turned around and started biting at everything. And he kind of ran away and disappeared behind this knob. Well, you could see on the other side of it, and I didn't see it. come out on the other side, so we kind of assumed that it was down behind that knob. David ran up and got the truck and came back down, and we went down there, and there it was laying down. It didn't go 20 feet, and it was my first experience walking up on a bear, and in my mind it was, you know, it was laying there dead, but I was also super scared because I didn't know if it was totally dead, so I'm come approach it really like cautious like and kind of give it a tap. Super scared and super thrilled at the same time, and confirmed that it was actually dead, and just like the rush of emotions going through was incredible. First bear, I was just super excited and blessed, like all at the same time. It was great. Took the hide off and hung all the meat, and the next day I took all the meat down to Taylor Sausage in Cave Junction. Ended up getting all the meat back. It was my first time having bear meat, and it was delicious. Had it cut up into pepper sticks and salami. It was great, loved it. And after that, I was hooked on bear hunting, and it was awesome. 2017 spring bear rolls around. Sage films a friend fill a bear tag, and later that day, Sage fills his bear tag. So 2 bears, 1 day. Super stoked. I'm busy working at this time, and I'm just chomping at the bit to get out there and hopefully get my eyes on a bear and potentially fill a tag. So the first time I saw a bear in 2017, myself and Sage were sitting on a hill on a very hot day. Sat a bunch, sweating in the heat, and Sage calls out, 8 o'clock. A bear will come out. Usually 7 o'clock is bear o'clock. He said, 8 o'clock, a bear's gonna step out. Like, okay. I keep checking my watch, I'm checking my watch. And it is now 8:05, and I turn to Sage, and he spots a bear with his bare naked eyes across the canyon coming out of this clear cut. I look, I see it, okay, awesome. We're on a pretty steep hill ourselves, so we got to do some shuffling and some moving around to get a steady posture and get around off at this bear. The problem was the incline was so steep, and there was nothing really where you can lay prone. So we got to a stump, and I'm kind of kneeling with the rifle over the stump, and I'm still doing this whole moving thing that I didn't really like. But bear comes out and gives us a nice broadside shot. I take the shot with the most confidence that I have, and bear takes off, runs up the hill, stops. I fire again, and saw the splash on that round and miss. Obviously, the bear takes off. Well, we check footage, and we end up seeing both rounds that splash on the ground. I missed low on the first shot, and that was my first time missing anything with a rifle. And I didn't really know how to take it. I was pretty emotional, really upset, frustrated, because I wasn't able to get steady like I wanted to be. I wasn't able to get prone. We had complications with tripods and gear and the camera, and just frustrated really at the end of the day. A couple weeks go by, go out again with a friend, Chris. Well, before we even get down there, me and Chris are walking down the hill, and I spot a color-phased bear, cinnamon bear at the very bottom. I'd never seen a color-phased bear before, so I got super excited. We rushed down to the spot to get set up. Same kind of thing. I get steady though. I find myself in a steadier position. Had some camera problems, couldn't really get it on camera. The sun was shining right into the lens, and I ended up taking a shot. And in the film, we watched the bear run down and kind of almost crash into this pile of trees. And he doesn't come out after that. See where the bear was, see where my shot would have been. Found actually the bullet hole in the ground. Everything was clean, no blood, no hair. We walked down to that pile of trees, found the exact spot where he was, and there was nothing. I mean, not a trace of bear. There was tracks, and then there was tracks at the road below of him walking out, but no blood, no hair, no nothing. So it was another miss. Fast forward a couple more weeks, go out again to a different location, spot a bear. It was getting late. ended up getting set up, got as close as we could, took a shot at that one and missed just high over its back, and watched the bear run down the hillside at that time. And that was the last week of bear season 2017. I'd had 4 shots at bears, at 3 different bears, and didn't fill a tag at all. But I was pretty eager to get another chance at a bear, so I was looking forward to 2018.